Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. How are you doing, everyone? We are at the end of October. We are coming up on another full moon, the second one in the month, which is now called a blue moon. And we've got Mercury retrograde happening, and there's all kinds of intense astrological energies going on in the world, in the heavens, and boy, it is throwing us some curveballs, and it is going to continue for the next few days into the weekend. And, you know, it's just going to bring a lot of craziness, a lot of, maybe some anxieties and some anger and some frustration and all of these things combined. I think you're going to see a lot going on. In the U.S., we've got an election coming up, and it's going to be a heated one not only because, but one of the contributing factors is all of the energetic happenings going on in the cosmos. And so, wow, how do you keep it all together when we've got so much energy flowing? There's just so much. It's like lighting a fire underneath all of us, so to speak. And so, you know, when things like this come up, it's a great time to be able just to get up and move the energy, move everything through you and out. And what I mean by that is just getting up and periodically moving, literally moving your body. You can go out running, walking, you can dance, you can sing, anything that you can do to get the energy flowing and moving through you so that it doesn't stay within you and just add to all of those energies, the anxiety and the frustration and all of that adding up. So moving that energy up and out is the best way that we are going to be able to move through these next few days into the weekend. And you know, there's just so many things that are uncertain. And for a lot of you, including myself, being an empath, it's a lot going on. It's a lot to digest. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to figure out what energy is really yours and what is somebody else's, right? And you've heard me talk about this on the show, is to ask yourself when you're feeling all of these energies and these emotions and they come on in a split second and you think, well, just a minute ago I was feeling fine, so why now all of a sudden do I feel like I want to cry, or I want to scream, or I want to throw my computer out the window, which is what I was contemplating earlier today. Mercury retrograde was having its way with me and my electronics. So these are the times that you stop and go, okay, wait a minute, is this energy that I'm feeling really mine? Now, a lot of times it's not going to be. Over the next few days, it could be your thoughts, your feelings, but a lot of it still is just going to be you're soaking in what is happening around you. So that is the time that you really need to stop and say, is this mine? Get quiet with it. And if you feel it release, it's not yours. So you simply say, return to sender with love and consciousness. Whatever that looks like, return to sender, return to sender. And that actually takes those energies off and returns them back to where they were. Now, another thing that you can do that is really good to help with those times when you just feel rattled and unsettled, it's a technique called FAST, F-A-S-T. And it is taking actually like acupuncture points. We have 3 of them. on the outside of our wrist, right below that bone in your wrist. And if you take your fingers, you take your 3 fingers, your index finger, the next 2, and you wrap it around your arm and hit those points on the outside of your wrist. It's kind of a funky position, but you can look this up on the internet. It's called fast technique, and it's really great. I use this a lot. So you put your fingers on those 3 points. Then you take your hand, your open palm, and you put it up on your forehead. All right. And as you have that up on your forehead, you breathe and you think about the situation that's bothering you, that's got you agitated. Think about that, concentrate on that, and then just concentrate on your breath in and out, in and out. And as you sit and do that and you're breathing in and out, you'll slowly start feeling like things are lifting from you, that the energies are breaking up. Okay. And when you feel the sense of calm coming through you, switch hands, do the other side, put your right hand up against your forehead and do the same thing. Concentrate on that same scenario, that same instance, and breathe it in. What this does is it just calms the nervous system and kind of brings you back to center. It's a great technique. I've used it. I mean, you can be in your car doing this, not while you're driving, by the way, but if you're stopped in your park, you just take a few minutes to do this. You can do this any time of the day. And it's a really fantastic technique to reset and recalibrate your system. Like I said, I have found myself using this a lot. It's like my number 2 go-to technique to calm my central nervous system when I am, just really out of sorts. And it really helps. I find for me, it really does that reset. It's fantastic. And speaking of, I'm going to be sharing tips and tricks and trade secrets. Well, not trade secrets technically, but I'm going to be sharing tips and tricks and all kinds of great, fantastic information for empaths. I'm going to be teaching that class online coming up on November 13th. It's all on my website. Registration and ticket sales are up right now on Eventbrite. You can find it there. It is a toolbox for the empath. And you can find it on my website. There's a direct link that'll take you right there. November 13th. If you are interested in finding out how to get some of these other techniques to calm your nervous system during these times, which are amazing to use, especially during all of the energies that we're feeling right now, this would be a fantastic class for you to take. Highly recommend it. You can check it out over at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. But try the fast technique during these times of really heightened energies. I think you will find that it is a really great tool for you to have and add to your toolbox. All right. Right now, we are going to go to the phone lines. We've got Carmen in Fort St. John, British Columbia. Good evening, Carmen, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I've been better.
Oh.
I know, I was just like breathing.
Mm-hmm.
That's comfortable. Mm-hmm.
Yes. A little bit of Mercury retrograde wreaking havoc on your day, huh?
I know more like a marriage breakdown and trying to figure out things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, especially right now with everything playing out astrologically. Communication is another big one that is really being given the test. So,
yeah.
So what question can I help you with tonight?
I'm more or less wondering, I don't know, I'm wondering about my husband, what he's up to or what's going to happen there.
Okay. Let me tune in to see what your guides have to say. There's going to be just a moment of silence as I do this, so I'll be right back with you, okay? Okay. Okay, Carmen. Let's see. So your guys are showing me that your husband is he's not only having problems communicating to you, he's having problems communicating to others. He's having trouble making sense of really life in general. He's just going through kind of a weird time. He's evaluating things. He is actually being shown different directions, different ways of being, and he doesn't exactly know what to do with that. A lot of times when we start opening up to different ways of life, different ways of thinking, it almost can be a shock to the human person, and you don't really know what to do with that. And so there's like this, they're showing me it's like this opening that he's cracking through and breaking through. And it's really kind of the beginning of a new way for him, where he looks at things completely differently. And it's kind of shaking him up a little bit.
Is there another woman?
No, I am not. I'm not getting the sense that there is. No. No.
He is applying for legal separation. That's why I'm asking.
Okay. There is somebody that he is confiding in, that someone he is talking with, but it's not it's not like it's a love interest. Again, it kind of goes back to him being on a very different path, a very different level and a way of being. It's one that he's really going to have to travel to understand where he wants to go or where he wants to be. I can see, it's interesting because I can kind of see you standing there waiting for him to make that decision. I just don't know if that by the time he figures out what it is he's looking for, if you will still be standing there waiting for him. You have, you're very, very dedicated. You're very loyal, not only to your husband, but to friends, family. You just take that very, very, very seriously. And as you should, of course. But you really take it to heart, and you go to the ends of the earth to hold on to those friendships that mean the most to you. You will go to the ends of the earth to your family, whatever it takes. And so that's why I see you standing there kind of holding on to that piece and waiting, right? again, there's that legal separation piece of it, but it's not, I don't see it coming into a final chapter. And the reason I say that is because right now it's kind of split down the middle, and it can go either way. And it's going to be based on kind of his choice and his path, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering if you're right. I'm wondering if I'm going to stay, like how long I'm going to stay standing here, if I should just leave, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just a moment. So, yeah, again, they're just showing me that you are, you're there, standing there. And I'm not saying, it's not like you're waiting for him in the sense of, you're waiting for him to make that decision of whether or not, like, it's not like he has all the cards, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I do see you waiting it out for a little bit to see what direction it goes. Right now, he's waffling. He's not really 100% sure this is the direction he wants to go. And that's why I kind of see you standing there, asking the question. I think that for the two of you, I think it is a worthwhile conversation to sit down and really have a heart to heart to find out what his feelings and his sentiments are, because I do not get the sense that he has fallen out of love with you. I really do not get the sense that this is anything that you have done. This is really about a direction that he is looking at. And in some respects, he doesn't feel that the direction he's going, you're going to want to go along. So I think it's really important that you guys have a conversation, Are you guys on speaking terms right now?
He's just kind of shut down all communication.
Okay.
So I've asked for a conversation because I'm very communicative, but he has just shut everything down.
Mm-hmm. It's because he doesn't really know how to express what he's going through right now, right? It's basically what's going on is it's like emotions and feelings, and for many guys, it is hard to understand and express those feelings and actually put them into words and describing them, because they want hard facts. They want to be able, and especially with your husband, he wants to be able to have hard facts as to why he is doing something. And this does not make any sense to him.
What he's doing?
The feelings that he's having, the changes he's coming across. He doesn't know or expect, he doesn't know what those are all about. And so trying to fit those into words is just not working. And that's why he's shutting down.
That's why I feel like I don't think he's in a relationship. I just feel like there's a girl at play here. Just at play, like talking with him.
Right.
That's right. But
right.
That's the feeling.
There's
all the
there doesn't seem to be any type of a relationship as you would expect it to have a relationship, right? It's not that kind of a relationship. They're meeting on a different type of level. There's something in there that is connecting them. There's a commonality piece here that he feels that he's able to connect to this person more than he's able to connect to you.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have a name.
No, I don't.
I've been told that she has blonde hair and brown eyes.
Yeah, spirit's showing me that this person does have blonde hair. They're not showing me that they're not showing me like an eye color or anything like that, but they're saying yes. But there's a commonality piece here that's holding these two together, that gives him that common ground, that allows him to be able to open up and have a conversation.
Does he work with her?
I'm getting the feeling that they work at the same place, or that there is a work relationship, whether it, whether they have met, in a meeting or some type, but there is a commonality there between that work piece and where they have crossed paths.
Yeah. I'm thinking it says pilot car driver because he's a truck driver, and everything kind of changed like 3 weeks ago, and this all got like everything went chaotic, and that's the only thing that I can pinpoint where it changed.
Right. I think that the two of you, because you guys have been married for quite some time, and I think you owe it to yourselves to be able to try to have a conversation. I understand the fact that he is shut down now, but there's going to be a point where he's going to be able to talk again. And that would be your opportunity to sit down and have a heart-to-heart with him. And I think it's at that point that you are going to be able to make a decision about how you want to, basically how you want to see this go, right? You're going to be able to make that choice for you.
Am I going to stay? Because everything's telling me I'm not.
Again, right now, right now they're showing me that it is really based upon your free will of choice. They're showing me that there's a little bit more leaning towards the fact that you're going to leave than you're going to stay. However, they're showing me that, in order for you to be able to make the right decision for you, you need to be able to feel like you have done everything that you could possibly do to make the relationship work, so that you can walk away, if that is the way this is to play out, that you can walk away and you say, I did everything I possibly could. There was nothing else that I could have done to change this outcome.
I always say I'm not going to leave a stone unturned, but I've pretty much unturned all the stones, and then he's just to kind of iced me out. So then I'm like, and then just certain things people are saying, and I don't know what to do. Can I ask him one other thing? Does Josh have anything to say to you?
Is Josh a brother?
No, he was my first husband. He passed away.
Okay. Wow. Because there was like a huge brother when you said that, it was like this huge brother energy that came rushing into me. That's why I was asking. He's saying you have to be able to take care of you. You have to be able to exhaust all your, hang on. You have to be able to exhaust all your possibilities before you're going to be able to make a decision on this.
Yeah. As I did.
He's saying in your heart, you're already feeling it. You're already grieving that loss. He says you owe that to yourself to look into this further. That you have too much at stake to let it go.
Really? Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Does he say anything else? He was the love of my life.
He is with you a lot. He is guiding you, and he wants the best for you. He only wants what is in your highest and best good. He's saying sometimes you have to cut your losses, but you have to be sure you're ready to cut those losses.
He would say that. That's what he would say.
I kind of sat here for a minute and went, do I really want to say that?
No,
but that's
really fun.
Yeah, that's what he would say, or that's what he is saying. Anyway, we are coming down to the last few seconds of our show. So I am going to have to say goodnight. I hope this has helped you. And I wish you all the best in your journey.